Bad Wolf. I'm gonna be playing the judge, BB Wolf, Carly Pig, Pencil for Tony, Defense Attorney, Jeros, Jerry Foreperson, Courtly Civil Officer, Court and Deputy War Chief.
And I'm gonna be Jack Smith.
All right, go for it.
All rise! This court is now in session. Please be seated and come to order. This is the case of the wolf versus pig. As I understand from the complainant, the charge against pig is attempt wolf cooking. Now, are there any opening statements? Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the journey, we will show that last August 19th, the defendant, Mr. Pig, did indeed attempt to cook the plaintiff and wolf. We will show that he placed a steaming kettle of boiling water in the spot where he was sure Mr. Wolf would show up, and that furthermore, his cooking was found open to the recipe for poor wolf. Thank you. Does the attorney for Carly Pig have any opening statements? Yes, Your Honor. Ladies and gentlemen of the journey, Mr. Wolf charges include and ridiculously, we will show that the cattle was indeed Mr. Pig's home. The home of Mr. Wolf was trying to forcibly enter the house. We will also show that Mr. Wolf's occasions were just the latest of long series of horsemen, brothers, Larry and Mo. We will show that Carly Pig was morally protecting his home and life.
Good.
Very well. Call your first witness. The plaintiff's cause BB Wolf as their witness. Please place your left paw on the Bible and raise your right paw. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you good. So help you God. I do. Please be seated. Please state your name for the record. My name is BB Wolf. Big Wolf for short. Most of my friends call me BB. Where do you live, Mr. Wolf? Oh, I have a nice little den in the woods outside of Insert City. Do you have a kitchen? Well, yeah. Oh yeah, I eat out a lot. You might say. Well, let's move on the morning of August 19, 2007. Do you recall your weird boots
Whereabouts?
on that morning? Yes, I do. Quite clearly, actually. I was taking my usual morning stroll, and I passed the house of my old pal, Carly Pig. Curly. I was admiring his house. It's quite well built, and I thought I would pay Carly a visit and tell him what a fine job he's done building his place. Anyway, I knocked on the door and called out his name, but there was no answer. I tried knocking harder and yelled his name, Carly, but there was still no answer. And then I decided to sit down on the front porch to wait. I figured Carly was probably at the store and would be back in a minute. want to see my old buddy, and I don't get into the neighborhood all that often. And then it hit me, seriously, like a rock. Curly is a real sound sleeper and was probably just sleeping in. I thought if I just left him, he'd be sorry I didn't wake him up. So I tried to think of a way I could get into the house to wake him up. I thought until it finally came to me, like a bird crashing into an oven. I could climb down the chimney. And so did you climb the chimney down? Did you climb down the chimney? Well, yes and no. That is, I started to, but when I got almost all the way to the bottom, all the way down, suddenly someone down there took the lid off this pot of boiling water. Someone who wanted me to fall into the kettle. Objection! The witness is guessing at my silence motivation. I agree. Objection, stubborn, sustained. Continue, Mr. Wolf. Well, lucky for me, the steam is so powerful that it just sort of whooshed me right out of the chimney. I took off like all God get out and decide Curly Pig was no friend of mine, so I just kept walking on my way. Your Honor, that is all our evidence. The plaintiff rests. Very well. We will now hear Curly Pig's side of the case. Your Honor, as the defense first witness, I will call Mr. Jack Smith. Please place your left hand on the Bible and raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth? I can't see. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Help you God. I do. Please be seated. What is your name? What is your name?
My name is Jack Smith.
What is your occupation?
I run the J. Smith Supply Company.
Mr. Smith, are you familiar with the pig family?
Well, I've got quite a few pigs among my customers. There's Porky Pig, Higgledy-Piggledy, and of course, Miss Piggy.
Then let me be more specific. Are you familiar with the three little pigs, Larry, Curly, and Mo? Are you?
Yes. Now, there's a sad story for you.
Just how is it you come to know the three little pigs then?
Well, when their poor mothers send them out into the world to make their own ways, they each came to me for building materials for their houses. The first brother, Larry, came to me and asked for a bundle of straw. To build a house. I told him, kid, this isn't going to give you the tightest security. But he insisted on straw, and so I sold him a bundle.
Do you know if that house was ever got built?
Yes, it got built all right, but it didn't last long.
Just what do you mean by that?
Well, right after that he got it built, I think it was the day after that night, little housewarming party he had. That old wolf over there. He always up to no good. why it was in a week before that he was over at the other side of the forest making trouble with Little Red Riding Hood and her poor granny.
Objection! This time I hear about the Little Red Hiding Hood.
Hiding Hood.
Little Red Riding Hood is completely impartial to the case at hand.
Little Hiding Hood.
Objection statement. Mr. Wolf Attorney is correct. Smith, but try to stay on track, okay?
It doesn't say okay.
Go.
Well, the wolf came over to the little pig's house and said, little pig, let me come in." And the pig said, "Oh no, by the hair of my chinny chin chin." So the wolf got mad and said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." So he huffed and he puffed and down came the house. And he ate up the little pig.
And
And can you tell the court the present state of that house?
Yes, indeed, Your Honor. You're talking Manager Porco site.
Did I hear correct? What? Objection! I don't think we need that kind of uncalled for character assignments. Shoot from this witness. Sustained Mr. Wolf's attorney is correct. Mr. Smith, did you not also sell building materials to Carly Pigs or brother Joe or brother Mo?
You forgot this part.
Don't worry, go.
Did it hurt? Mr. Smith, did you send that he ate up the pig? That's what he did. Where was I? Oh, yeah. Sure did. He wanted to build with sticks. I tried to talk him out of it. I said, "You know, Kato, you're going to have a lot of draft problems with a twig house, not to mention wolf problems." But he was set on a twig house, so I sold him a load.
And can you tell the court the present state of that house?
I guess you'd call it present state gone. Pretty much as soon as Moo had that cabin finished, old BB noticed how he didn't want to mention that the middle initial B stands for bad. Stopped by with his little pig. Little pig, let me come in.
Yeah, that sounds like me.
Routine. And Mo said, "Oh no, but there I'm a chinny chin chin."
Yeah, that's what he said, all right.
And the wolf said, "Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in." Yeah. And he did just that. And ate up poor little Mo. The same as he did Larry. At this point, everyone was beginning to get the picture that BB didn't have any good intentions towards those little pigs. And so I was glad when Curly came to me and wanted to build his place of outbreaks. A nice little colonial was just what he had in mind.
Your Honor, I must merely object this entire line of questions. The witness's testimonial is pure hearsay. Hearsay. He never actually saw any of these things happen, did he? Or did he? Sustains, perhaps, Consul. You could move to the
Council.
You could move to another line of questioning. Actually, Your Honor, I'm through with this witness. If Mr. Smith could step down, I'd like to call my silence Curly Pig to the stand. Please place your left foot. Okay.
Paw. It says paw.
Please place your left foot.
Okay, guys, say bye for a second.
Bye.